Hi guys, with the holiday shopping season on, I thought, why not talk about what I think is the best bang for buck camera in terms of image quality, especially when it comes to video, that you can get the little ZV-E10. But since it's such a great value, let's talk about other things that aren't so expensive that are great values. I will try to keep this list entirely under $50, and I think I have done that. These are some accessories that will make your ZV-E10 sing a little bit louder than he already does. And let's talk about the cage first. I always talk about this. It's this small rig cage right here. This, I'll move the little ZV-E10 out of the way here. This with the silicone handle. Get this one. The upgraded version has a little cutout for the hot shoe, which is great. My version doesn't because I got it when it first came out. But I'm actually going to go pick up the version with the cutout because it is so useful to have a cage. And here on the small rig cage, they have a little key here magnetically. So that is very helpful when you're trying to fasten your cages on or anything on to a tripod. Love that clever little design by Small Rig. That is under $50. Now, audio, as you can hear in my brand new studio, how beautiful the audio is. And most of the reason is that there is a mic boomed overhead. This is an expensive Rode microphone, but you can get a pretty similar result. I have done it in other videos with just a smaller mic right here. This is the Rode Video Micro. This is the version 1. And the reason I'm talking about this one is because it is, I think, $39 right now. So that is a great microphone to have. I'm trying to keep it in my shot over here. This is new. It's a new setup. Comes with a little shock mount as well as a little furry windscreen as well if you want to use it outside in the elements. It's great to put it on your camera to have, an on-camera mic other than just the mic on top of the ZV-E10. You can just put it right here in the old hot shoe, and you do need to connect it with a 3.5 millimeter cable, but you can see the shock mount working right there. Now, I would recommend getting the Rode Video Micro 2 if you can afford it. It is a little bit of a step up, and it doesn't qualify for under $50, but it's pretty close. So if you can swing the extra couple of bucks, just get the upgraded version of this guy because the sound quality is a little bit better on that Rode Video Micro 2. Now, I will say you want to get the microphone as close to your yap hole as possible. So what I do is I use a cheap mic stand with a little boom arm, and I just put it with a 3.5 millimeter extension cable, and then I run that cable right from the microphone there into my camera that is over there. And so that is a way you can do it. I learned that from old Curtis Judd. So, I will link those things below as well. The cheap mic stand and the extension cable, which are under $50. So next we'll talk about SD cards. I always recommend the Sony Tough cards. Now, you don't have to get the expensive G version. You can get the less expensive M version. It will do everything for the ZV-E10. All the codecs are covered right there, and it's much cheaper. And if you get the 64 gigabyte one, it's less than $50 right now. So I think that is a good investment. I have broken off a few of the old SD cards, and you only have one SD card slot on the ZV-E10. So get yourself a nice Tough. Get the G version. 64 gigabytes gets you about an hour and 13 minutes of recording time, which is plenty for me, generally speaking. And that's on the highest level, the 4K, 100 megabits per second, and on the ZV-E10. Tabletop tripod, that is also a little selfie stick. I really love this one from Ulanzi. It's the MT46 because not only is it a sturdy metal tripod that doesn't weigh that much, but it's also that extender stick, and also it is a quick release system, and I love that F38 quick release system, just on and off. And I have the two tripods I have going here right now are also quick release, and there it is, close up. There is the MT46, very solid metal build. Really like this tripod. In fact, all of the F38 things you can get for under $50 for the most part. The little clips, the backpack clips, the things that go on your light stands, you can turn anything into a quick release system with those F38s. I love them, can't stop recommending them, and I won't stop recommending them. In fact, I have another little tripod here. This one is like a flexible tripod, more like one of the Joby ones. This is also from Ulanzi, so that I can have that Falcam F38 quick release system as well. And this one does not have an extension stick, but you can bend these legs any way that you want. You want to wrap it around a pole, something like that. And it also has these quarter 20 threads all the way around, which is great for mounting. And you can also, when you tighten the head right here, you can still pan. There's another button for the panning, which I haven't seen on these types of tripods before. Anyway, this is great if you want something flexible, but I definitely use this one a lot more than I use this one, but both are under $50. Now I also have this little tool here. This one is from Ulanzi. There's Condor Blue makes one and Small Rig makes one. I will link the Small Rig and the Ulanzi because they are the cheapest ones. So really like this because you can use all kinds of different hex keys, and then it's got some Phillips, and then it's got that flathead there to put in your tripod. So since I'm always using these F38 tripod quick release systems there, is that in focus? Yeah, it is. Then I can just use one of these tools and fasten that right in if I don't have a coin or I don't have a tripod that has one of those extenders. I always carry one of these things right here. I wasn't sure which camera to go to. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. Now this thing here is a bit different. This is a collapsible LCD viewfinder. As you know, sometimes it's hard to take photos or videos out in the very bright sunshine, and this doesn't have an EVF, the little ZV-E10. So I got one of these things. Picked it up for less than 50 bucks. This one's from Camera. I'm not sure they sell this one anymore. I will link an appropriate one below, but basically you just hold it up to your LCD screen and then it blocks out all of the sun and you can see your screen. It actually works really, really great. Now I did like this one because it had bungee cords that you could strap, but in all honesty, I don't really use that anyway. So I usually just hold it up. I will link one down below. It comes in useful. I just leave it in the camera bag, and if it's ever a day or bright noon out, you can't see, I grab one of these things. And of course, I always recommend a collapsible gray card because you can just put them right in there. It didn't hit me that time. You just fold it up, keep it in your bag. It helps you set exposure. You can set your white balance, and it can also help you focus. See, folds up that small. Really love these things. These are $10. I think right now they're $8. So go get yourself a gray card. You can always use that. Now this here is from Ulanzi again, and this video, by the way, is not sponsored. I know I've said Ulanzi and Small Rig a few times, but that's just because they make really great products at really affordable prices. I really like those two companies a lot. My whole studio is outfitted with Small Rig Ulanzi stuff. Great stuff. Now this right here is a little cute light. That is the actual name of it. It is a cute light, but look at the accessories that come in this thing. This thing is like $35. And it has, you know, a charging cable, of course, and here is the light itself. Look at, it's adorable. It looks like a little GoPro Session, little 1/4-20 mount on there, and there is the button to turn it on. Has a little diffuser cap, but there is the light itself right there. Oh, it's so cool. And look at this. It has burn doors. You can just magnetically put on these burn doors, and look at that. That is so cool. Shape the light right there, and it doesn't stop there. I have never seen this on a little tiny budget light. It's got a snoot, a magnetic snoot, so you can just focus the beam right there. Like, I'm actually going to use it to put a little blue light on my camera crisis sign. And how am I going to add a blue light to my wall? Well, it comes with these little color swatches right here. You can just attach those to the light because the light is actually daylight balanced. It's not RGB, but you can put on a different color if you want, and then you can connect it here if you want with this little grid because it also has a honeycomb grid to focus if you don't want to use the snoot or the burn doors. Like, I mean, this, I can't believe the amount that they packed in to this little light. And this is actually also waterproof. It is a waterproof light. You talk about something useful. You can just pack it all up, take this little case, and then just go with it. It's upside down. The little case, and go with it. This fantastic little thing. I love the innovation over there at Ulanzi. Really making some cool stuff. And the way it works is that you just hold this little button down here. It turns on. You have 4 levels of brightness, and it goes quite bright. It's 1,000 lux, I believe, at 0.5 meters, so plenty for what you want to do, and especially if you put that on camera. Oh, I should also mention it comes with this little cold shoe mount, so you can mount it. Now you just stick on the little diffusion cap, and then you can do your nighttime vlogs when you're out doing your graveyard digging vlogs or whatever channel you've decided to start. So look at that right there. What a perfect little setup. I got the Ulanzi light, I got the nice Ulanzi tripod, I got my ZV-E10, my 11 millimeters for, oh, and this right here is the last thing thing I want to mention, and that is the ND filter. Of course, I think you should get a variable ND filter because when you're not out in graveyards, you might be out in the sunshine and you want to get that nice blurry background. You get the sunglasses for your lens. You get this variable ND filter. This one here is from KNF Concept. I like this a lot, the Nano, because you won't get, it has hard stops. You won't get that dreaded X pattern. And especially if you're going to use the wide angle lenses, then get the one that fits your wide angle lens. This is a 55mm filter thread, so this is a 55mm ND filter. So that's it, some pretty affordable things that I think are great for the little ZV-E10. If you have your own ZV-E10 and your suggestions for items that are under $50 that would go well with this camera, let us know down below so we can all have a nice little chat about it. Thanks for watching this. We'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.